Hello everyone and welcome back to Warplanes. This time we'll be taking a look at the Tier 3 Soviet fighter, the I-15bis DM. Now, um, most of you guys probably haven't even seen this plane before. Um, when I usually play low tiers, I do see a couple of these every now and then, but they are fairly rare, and you cannot buy it. Um, I don't think it's ever been sold. And the last time I got it, well, it was way back when the game first released. The first Christmas that the game was really available to the public was the year that they gave away this plane. And so this was technically a Christmas present. And so technically, I guess if they wanted to sell it again, they could. But so far, this plane has never been for sale, as far as I'm aware. It's only ever been available during that Christmas. So, yeah, back in the day, you had this plane that you could get for Christmas, and what's the other plane? The Pegasus. Now, in beta, there was a tier. This was a tier 1 attack aircraft. Uh, it was a premium, but it was a tier 1, and that's because this plane only has a single 50 cal for armament. But then you have either 9 rockets or 2 bombs, and these ordnance are really the only way you're going to deal with ground targets, because the single gun on an attack aircraft, it's horrible, and the stall speed is pathetic on this plane. But maybe I'll do a review on it some other time. But getting a decent battle in that plane will be a trick in of itself. That was a beta reward, and then you had, of course, the alpha award. For alpha players, that was the ME210. So you guys, most people will know of the ME410, and that is a tier 6 German attack or heavy fighter that you can get in the tech tree. As you can see, it is, where is it? Right there. There's the ME410. Well, the ME210 is basically the ME410, but at tier 5, and so it's a really powerful plane. It isn't quite as powerful, but I was actually able to play it during beta because it was actually available. But that was the plane they chose to make exclusive for alpha players. So after beta, I was no longer able to play it. But anyway, that's kind of a history of super rare planes back in the day. This one technically could be sold again in the future. Just take a look at the what is it? The M6A2E1 in World of Tanks. It's that it's a tank that they had for pre-order when World of Tanks first was released. I wasn't playing the game back then, but players that were veterans kind of the game were able to buy it, and now recently they've been reselling it. So technically, you could sell this plane. You'll never have an opportunity to get the Pegasus though, because that was a gift plane to beta players. But trust me, you don't want the Pegasus. It's a terrible plane. But yeah, this plane out of the Pegasus and the ME410, probably the best tier for tier. Um, and well, we can't really see what the history is because it's not in the tech tree. But what we can look at is the machine gun armament. So let's take a look at the firepower. This plane, you only get 4 7.62 machine guns. However, they are all right in the nose. As you can see, you have one gun here, 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 and there. So having them all right here on the engine, on the hub, rather than on the wings, makes them super accurate for machine guns. Of course, machine guns will always be a little inaccurate, but having them situated here is the best case scenario for the plane, and it really does help with the accuracy. It has low survival. I'll pop up the information if you guys want to look at it. They're really good machine guns. You should be pretty well acquainted with them. If you guys played the first Christmas after 2.0, you got the I-2074, which looks fairly similar to the I-15bis. However, come on, if it'll ever load. There we go. It looks fairly similar, but this plane has the exact same guns. However, it is a tier higher. So it's something to keep in mind. Having these guns on a tier 3 plane is really useful. If I recall correctly, you get those guns on the I-15 regular as well. Let's check it out real quick. Or maybe it's the I-16L. Let's see. I don't think they're exclusive to this plane. No, you get 220s on the I-16L. What about the I-17? Do you get them on the I-17? Yeah, okay. I think the I-17 technically has... Okay, it's the same guns. So if you have played the I-17, you'll be acquainted with them pretty well. Um, oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of planes right there. So they're not exclusive to this plane, but for some reason they feel really good on this plane. So I don't know what it is. I really don't. We've got low airspeed but good boost. I mean, yeah, it's definitely not fast, but you do have two jet engines strapped onto a biplane, so the boost is actually pretty decent. You don't have very much boost at all, but it cools down and you can get your boost going again pretty quickly. Um, but jumping from sector to sector isn't great, but it's not tragic. You can make it work. And you can tell that kind of by the what's airspeed. Yeah. So there's the stats. High maneuverability in horizontal turns. That's kind of the main feature of this plane. It's got a rating of 83 and only 8 seconds to turn 360 degrees. It is a really, really good turner. It doesn't have a very good rate of roll though at 90 degrees per second, but it's not too bad. I mean, the roll rate is terrible, but the maneuverability itself in horizontal turns really decent. And it's effective in low altitude maneuvering combat, not really high altitude flyer, but most planes are fairly low and you can deal with, you don't have a terribly low altitude performance, you can make it work is what I'm trying to say. Planes aren't going to be out of your reach most of the time, especially at this tier. But yeah, that's about it with the stats. It's, I guess you can be familiar with the guns, but I'm pretty sure on the I-17, or sorry, yeah, the I-17, the guns are mounted on the wings, which makes them a little bit less accurate. And maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know, but these guns feel really good on this plane. So let's quick take a look at the service compartment, department, whatever. I don't have universal, but in all honesty, 4,000 credits per battle, not too bad. So maybe I could, but there's really no point in running universal because the guns are really good as is. You have a pneumatic restarter, first aid kit, control surface trim, no fire extinguisher. It's pretty standard. Upgrades, definitely want to get accuracy because although they feel good on this plane, at the end of the day, it is machine guns. So you want to increase your accuracy with improved optical sight, lightweight airframe to increase your maneuverability, and control surface trim to increase your maneuverability even more. Paint shop, as you can see, there's clearly a paint shop job on this plane, and you're able to mount your beta sticker. So, brushing over that and moving on to the next one. Pilot, this was a pilot that came with it. And I play it occasionally, but I still haven't gotten a 5 skill pilot in it. But when I do, I'm going to go Marksman 1, Marksman 2, and then Aerobatics Expert and Aerodynamics Expert, just to give that slight increase. But most of you guys won't ever be able to get this plane, so I mean, this information is probably not all that useful to you. You get increased income per battle because it is a premium, but other than that, there's not really much more to say. This plane is a gem. You feel, I don't know why, but most planes of this tier have a very terrible, like very few guns, and the firepower that it does have just doesn't feel very good. But these guns are like Gatling guns or something because they just go brrr, and they spew shells everywhere. It's like a constant flow of shells. Just the rate of fire on these guns is just absurd, and that wall of firepower coming from these guns will just obliterate anything that comes near it. And so these guns feel really, really good, and you'll see that in the gameplay. Um, I do have two replays. One was 23,600 personal points, and the other was much higher than that. Uh, so I'm just going to do the one that's higher because I think it'll demonstrate it well enough. I don't think we need two replays to show what this does, because what it does well. And if I played this again, I could probably get another really high score with no problem whatsoever. It really is that good. It's not hard to get a good score in this plane. But you know, it is a tier 3, so you're not going to be making much credits. You're really just doing it for the lulls and the fun. But with that being said, I think it is time to jump into gameplay. This replay is back way far back. In fact, this replay was also featured on Zem's channel, Shrike Gaming, back in the day. It was like one of the first 2.0 things that he had up on his channel. So if you do want to go and check that out, I might leave a link in the description if I remember. Otherwise, I mean, you've seen the replay here. And yeah, let's get to it. And welcome to the gameplay section. Now we're getting right into the action in this battle because I forgot to record until this point in the battle. You didn't miss much. I'm only at 1,300 personal points at this point in the battle, but really, if you could look at the mini map, I just went straight to the middle. There's two airfields on the outside and a garrison in the middle. I went to the middle because I knew that was going to be the most contested, and I love to get in a good old dogfight. So, with that out of the way, let's start the replay. I'm starting out by shooting at the demon, so I'm just putting some rounds into the demon, and he is gone, just like that. Super easy. Now we have a heavy fighter, and this thing tears up heavy fighters like it's nothing. Look at the health just disappear on this plane. And the nice thing is the guns like never overheat, which is pretty nice. But now I'm turning to find another target. Looks like the AG-51 is the lucky target right now. I shoot at him, don't quite kill him with my guns, so a ram kill will do the trick. Barely took any damage, so it turned out pretty good for me because I used my wing, so yay. AG-51 is down, already at 5,800 personal points, so getting a high score in this plane is not hard at all. But yeah, now we have an I-16, yeah, I think it's I-16L or E, I'm not really sure, but in either way, he's out of the game. Now we have a bulldog, and he's already half dead, so killing him is going to be no issue. And really, this plane, you know, I outlined in the hangar, it's not really the fastest plane, so you don't really want to go from sector to sector. Instead, just like sitting and defending a single sector is your best bet. So that's what we're going to do this battle. We're just going to sit here and chew them up as they come in. I don't really see a need to go from sector to sector, so yep, don't quite kill him, unfortunately. It's quite unfortunate, but we have an attack aircraft right here, so we're gonna just take him out lickety split. Almost killed him. We're gonna flip around, and he is gone. There's nothing more you can do. Only I didn't get the kill again. Man, that's annoying. I did all the work on that guy. I did it all myself. Well, he's dead regardless. We got a demon coming in again, so yeah, he's just gone. Not very hard to kill him. We got another plane incoming, already 4 chevrons, so really high score already. And AG-51 is just going to die super fast because, yeah, reasons. These guns are really good on this plane, and it's super maneuverable, and the boost is quite nice. It's not super great, but it's not terrible. It's just the fact that you have jet engines strapped onto a biplane. It's very unique. um, but yeah. It doesn't look like my camo is on right now, and I'm not very happy about that. Why do I not have a paint scheme? Whatever. Um, I must not have applied it yet at this point. I don't know. But whatever. That's a little off topic, but yeah, that guy's down now. We had 2 more planes over here. The constant influx of planes into the center just keeps continuously feeding my my score, honestly. 17,000 personal points already, Hero of the Sky, and we are only halfway done with the battle, so yeah. This battle's going to be a high-scoring game, to say the least. There's an attack aircraft. This time I do get the kill on him. Not letting him get away this time. We got light fighter coming in, so we're just going to boost right on up to him. And yeah, he's just completely ignoring me, so goodbye. He's gone. We got another plane incoming, so yeah, 2 actually. We got Bulldog and a KI. What is that? KI-10? Oh, well, he's gone. No more KI-10. Bulldog is coming in for, what, the 3rd time? Oh my. But really, at this point, the garrison is no longer advantageous to me, as most of the enemies are going to the airstrip now, rather than the garrison. They've kind of given up. So, at this point, it is advantageous to me to go where the dogfight is. So, in this case, it's the middle, or the airstrip, so we're just going to go over to the airstrip and get caught back in battle. So we got a demon, he's almost dead, and yeah, now he is dead. And we got Bulldog now. We wanted to take off that low health target, so now we're going after the Bulldog, because he has a little bit more health. Don't quite kill him, but flipping around on him, no issue. And whoo, got kind of close to the water, but not really, I guess. Yeah, I thought I was a little bit closer, or I wasn't as close as I thought I was. Kind of an optical illusion, I guess. I-15bis just got killed, almost ram our ally, but I got it all covered. A couple more planes incoming. That guy is kind of up high. I want to get someone that's a little bit closer, so in that situation it's going to be this attack aircraft.
We cannot support you any longer. The storm is too heavy.
HS-123, what on earth is that? Must be another premium, I don't know. I've never heard of the HS-123, but whatever. HS-123 is gone. TSH-2, we're going to shut him down super quick. Although someone else is shooting at him too, so my shots basically do nothing. Just stupid. But it is what it is. And we almost win this. Let's see if we can pick up one more kill before the end of the battle. Can we? Can we? Can we? Nope.
I'm proud of you, pilot. Head back home.
But just under 26,000 personal points, so certainly not a bad game. If the enemies had continuously come into the center and I didn't have to even move to the airstrip, it definitely would have been a 30,000 personal point game. But they stopped coming to the center and I had to move, and so that just kind of ate at my score a little bit. But regardless, 26,000 personal points, not a bad game. And I would say this is impressive, and it is impressive, but getting 15,000 personal points, if you're not getting 15,000 personal points in this plane, you're doing it wrong, because it's not even hard. 20,000 personal points is kind of what you'd almost expect with this plane, just because it's so good. Call me a steel clubber, I don't know, but I don't play it that often. I do it when I want some fun, or if someone else is flying low tiers. This battle took place December 18, 2017. So it's very old replay. But it was a good battle, it was a good replay, and I found it on my hard drive, so we're going to use it. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. 2,600 damage to aerial targets in a tier 3 plane, not bad. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please leave comments down below, and I will catch you next time.